It's now with breaking news.
And continuing coverage now of our breaking news here in the capital city.
Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba confirming he has been indicted in that federal bribery investigation we've been reporting on for months now.
Lumumba confirmed the news today in a video released to WLBT moments ago. The news comes weeks after Sheriff Marvay Smith pleaded guilty in connection with this scandal. Smith's role involved funneling money to two unnamed city officials, one whom the documents intimate is Lumumba, though that was not confirmed. In August, former Jackson City Councilwoman Angelique Lee resigned and pleaded guilty to accepting money in exchange for a future vote to approve a convention center hotel. Here's the mayor's statement released to the media.
Jackson residents, it is with great disappointment that I come before you. My legal team has informed me that federal prosecutors have in fact indicted me on bribery and related charges. To be clear, I have never accepted a bribe of any type. As mayor, I have always acted in the best interest of the citizens of Jackson. We believe this to be a political prosecution against me, primarily designed to destroy my credibility and reputation within the community. There is no coincidence in its timing being just before the upcoming mayoral race. My legal team will vigorously defend me against these charges. Again, while I am disappointed, I am not deterred. So I ask for your patience and your prayers during this process. Thank you.
Much of our news team is working on this tonight. We're hearing from several Jackson City Council members about their reaction to learning about Mayor Lumumba's indictment.
It is with a sense of gravity and responsibility that I address the federal indictment of Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba. My intent here is to speak directly to the people of the city of Jackson. I know you to be patient, open-minded, and empathetic, especially in times of duress. I remind myself that the presumption of innocence is a bedrock principle of our criminal justice system. Therefore, I will remain steadfastly focused on the work of our city council and trust the legal system to unfold without undue commentary from me.
More city council members are also reacting. You can hear that tonight in our newscast.
You always hear little rumors out there, hey, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But again, I say, if we stay focused on what the people need, then you don't get all caught up into those rumors and, hey, let the legal system play out the way it's designed to play out. So that's what's important, that, you know, if everybody's following the same rules, then we can avoid a lot of this and we can just stay focused on the issues that the constituents are asking us to work on every day.
There's a big dark cloud over the city government, and we are going to have to work really, really hard to reestablish the confidence of the citizens and the trust of the citizens. And that doesn't come easily. They have every reason to be worried about, you know, what's going on with their city government. And so we're going to have to work hard and provide and be open to a lot of sunshine, so we can, you know, regain the trust of the citizens of Jackson and the neighboring communities.
Now, our investigation started with those secret meetings between federal informants and council members. Investigative
reporter CJ Lemaster joins us now to break down what we know about the mayor's alleged involvement and where things stand now in this scandal. CJ?
Well, Courtney and Howard, to do that, we have to kind of go backwards a little bit. There are a lot of moving parts here. A lot of things we know and several things we don't. But what we can tell you is that we've been following this case from the first mention of bribery, and we have the receipts to prove it. We first heard rumblings about this back in May when FBI agents descended upon Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens' office and private business in Jackson. At that point, a source told us this was connected to the possible theft or bribery of federal funds, but we couldn't run with that yet. Then in June, as we kept digging, we unearthed more details. 2 Jackson City Council members revealed to us meetings that Owens helped set up between them and out-of-state developers. At the time, the 2 council members, Ashby Foote and Vernon Hartley, thought the developers weren't very knowledgeable. They had no business cards, no presentation given. Something about those meetings with those men seemed off. Now, this timeline we're about to show you helps explain what we're talking about. Starting in August, federal officials unsealed a flurry of documents laying out their case. This all started when Ward 2 Councilwoman Angelique Lee abruptly resigned and pleaded guilty the next day to accepting a bribe from FBI agents posing as developers. 2 months later, another domino fell. Shariq Marvay Smith pleaded guilty to helping funnel money to three unnamed, unindicted co-conspirators, and now Jackson's mayor, Chokwe Antar Lumumba, has been indicted by a federal grand jury. That's the first true indictment in this case, and presumably we're going to get another look at the government's case when these documents are unsealed tomorrow. So when we come back to what we know, we've established that. Now we come back to what we don't know. We don't know what those documents are going to say as we learn more about this federal investigation.
But it could reveal names. We've seen other documents that have talked about tying things, as you mentioned, to perhaps the mayor. That's what makes sense. This would make sense to perhaps be another council member?
Could be. What we're seeing right now, and again, these documents that were released whenever Smith pleaded guilty revealed 3 unindicted co-conspirators. Right. 2 of which were Jackson City officials. One, the intimation there was that this person was in a position to direct city officials and move the date back. He also had a re-election campaign fund, according to state statute. That all points in the direction of somebody it points to the direction of the mayor. Let's just say it there.
Sure.
Because council members cannot direct city employees, and again, that is the distinction here. But then another one of those unnamed individuals was likely a council member, because this bribery was in exchange for a vote for this convention center hotel project.
Right. And they'll be in federal court tomorrow.
That's what we're hearing at this point. Right. Now, we don't have official confirmation of that. But again, the fact that Mayor Lumumba has released this today, this afternoon, an hour before the 5 o'clock newscast, which is about when we got it, seems to suggest that some of this, they wanted to maybe get a jump on this news coming out tomorrow. Right. Those federal documents, if they're going to be unsealed, will be unsealed in the morning. And one more thing I want to point out, that state statute makes it very clear that pleading guilty or being convicted of a felony, in certain cases there are felonies that are not included here, but bribery, as far as we can tell, is one of those offenses, just like embezzlement and some others, that if that conviction or that plea deal happens while the person's in office, then that is vacated. That elected office is vacated here. So certainly we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It may just be information on Mayor Lumumba. It may be these other 2 unindicted co-conspirators, one that's a resident of Hinds County and one that is likely a council member.
There'll definitely be a lot of activity, though, in federal court. My sources tell me there will be some activity in federal court starting first thing in the morning.
That's what we're hoping.
We'll have a team ready and waiting.
And
we're asking you all right now on WLBT for your take on things. Do you think that Mayor Lumumba should resign following his indictment? You can scan the QR code on your screen right now to vote. It will take you to our homepage where you can either vote yes or no. Right now, a majority of you say yes, you believe he should resign from office. You can vote in the poll until tomorrow, and we'll have more reaction later tonight